Right. This is exercise 4D. I'm referring to question number 3. This question number 3, what they mentioned is the coefficient of x cube, the expansion 3 plus bx to the power 5. They mentioned the coefficient of x cube is 720. You need to find the value for b, right? Anyway, we'll try to work out the terms up to x to the power 3 with ascending power of x. So you can say the first term is put there, phi z 0, then bx. We start with 0. It's easier for me to do it with it. And if we start with this with 0, other term should start with the maximum power. The next term is phi z 1. Then if you start with 0, you have to increase 1 by 1. Ascending power of x. That is what you mean by ascending power of x. So the other power should be descended 1 by 1. Right. Okay. Phi c 2. That is bx to the power 2. Then 3 to the power 3. Then still with x squared, we need to find out the x cube term. Phi c 3. Bx to the power 3. 3 to the power 2. Right. Okay. Now I think this is the term where we need it with it. Phi c 3, take your calculator and make sure this answer is phi c 3 value, right? Yeah, if you come across with phi c 3, the answer is 10. 10, there's another point you have to understand is when you cube this, you have to cube everything. That is b cube x cube. And 3 squared is 9. So it's turned up to 90 b cube x cube. Now you know that this part is the coefficient. This part is the coefficient. They mentioned that this coefficient is 720. So you can simply say 720 is equals to 90 b cube. With that you can say b cube becomes 720 divided by 90 is 8. Therefore b become cubic root of 8. Cubic root of 8 means b is equals to 2. So that is a simple answer for that. Right? That's a way of doing the question number 3. Right? Okay. Then I'll be back to the next question. That is question number 4. There is little bit thing here to understand in this question number 4. That is the answer given. The question is 2 plus x times of 3 minus ax to the power 4. 3 minus ax to the power 4. They mentioned that the coefficient of x cube is 30. Here also the same thing. X cube is sorry, it's 30, right? Okay. Anyway, x the whole thing to the power 4. It's not just 4, right? Anyway, initially we need to expand this bracket. 3 minus ax to the power 4. We have to expand it up to where? Up to x to the power 3, right? So we'll do it as any power of x. 4c 0. Then you can write 3 to the power 4 minus ax. When you write it, you have to get the symbol as well and then do it with it. Then this is 4c1, 3 to the power 3 minus ax to the power 1, 4c2, 3 to the power 2 minus ax to the power 2. We write up to x to the power 3 with it, right? So you can say 4c3, 3 to the power 1 minus ax to the power 3. Writing up to here is enough. But in this case, this expression is expanded by another bracket. Therefore, you cannot just isolate x to the power 3 term. You have to do this expansion. So it's turned up to 4 times of 81 times of any term to the power 0 is 1. That's a fact you have to understand. So whether it's a negative or if it's a positive or whatever the context, it's there. Nothing to worry with that. So anyway, you have to consider the power 4 power 0 as 1. 4c1 is 4. 3 to the power 3 is 27 into this is minus ax. Right. Okay. 4c2. Yeah. If you work out with 4c2, answer is 6. 6 times of 3 squared is 9 and ax whole thing squared, that is a squared x squared. So you have to expand, you have to square the both expressions. That is the general mistake where most of the students do. Then 4c3 again 4 times of 3 times of here it's minus a cube x cube. That's a fact we have to understand. So when you cube it, you have to cube all the term inside the bracket. So it's turn up to 181 into 4 is 324, 324 and minus 27 into 4, that is 108 AX, 108 AX. So this is 6 into 9, 54 A squared X squared, and this is minus 12 A cube X cube, right? Then this expression has to be multiplied by 2 plus x, because when you multiply this expansion is 2 plus x only, the cube become 30, right? Then I just multiply 2 plus x by this expression. 324 minus 108 ax plus 54 a squared x squared minus 12 a cube x cube, right? Okay, now we need to work out the cube term only. Look at this, 2 into this is not a cube term, this is a x term, this is a square term. From here to here you get a cubic term. From this expression with this one gives you one other cubic term. So what was that answer? It's minus 24 a cube x cube, right? Again here it's no cubic, it's just a x term, x squared term, and this one again gives you a cubic term. So that is turned up into 54 a squared x cube. So when you multiply these terms, so you can just try to work out and see whether, then if you get this term, it's turned up to minus 24 a cube plus 54 a squared x cube. Then they mention the coefficient is 30. What is the coefficient over here? Coefficient is this bit. So you can say minus 24 a cube plus 54 a squared is equals to 30. Then you can bring this term to other side and form a cubic equation. A cube plus 54 a squared minus 30 equals to 0. So make your this equation you can simplify manually. You just use a calculator and obtain the answer for a. Hopefully that is fine, right? Okay, so it's turned up to minus 24 and 54 and it's 0 and minus 30. It's turned up to whether this answer is correct. That's a point, because you get kind of decimal answers. Let me see whether we did it perfectly. This is the question is 3 minus ax to the power 4 and 2 plus x to 2 plus x. Yes, 4c0, this is right. 4c1, 4c2, 4c3, 4c3 to power 4, 4, 4, 4 to power 1, a0, 1, 2, 3. That's correct. So this is 481. This is okay. 427. This is fine. 6, 9, and a squared x squared. 4c2, 4 just 4c2, right? Okay, it's 6, it's 9 and a squared x squared. That's correct. 4c3 is 4. 4c3 is 4. 4 into 3 times of minus a cube x cube. Right, so this is turned up to, this is right. Okay, these are the two expressions where we need it. 2 times of minus 12 x cube is much, and over here is 54 a squared x squared. So yeah, yes, I think up to there is correct. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, so if you just 1 second, this is 40. We'll check the answers whether this is correct, because I'm not sure about this. Yeah, this one perfect. That's right. Okay, then you get the answers. This is a equals to 1, and the other answers become 1 second, 5, and it's 4, and it's minus 24, and 54, and 0, and minus 30. This become the one answer is 1. Other answer is pate a equals to minus 0.656. Other answer is a equals to 1.906. 1.906. Those are the answers where we come across. Right? Okay. That's how it comes. Right? Okay. Hopefully you understood how I get this answer. Right? Okay. So those are the questions they are referring to us. Right? Then this is another question. This is question number P. Question number 5. That one also a little bit of an important question. Yeah. So the question is, Pate, 1 minus 2x to the power p. When you're operating it, you have to be a little bit careful with this. Expanded, the coefficient of x squared is 40. Coefficient of x squared is 40, and they have given another restriction. P should be a positive answer, right? Use the information to find the value of constant p, the coefficient of x and x cube. They need the value of p, coefficient of x squared and x cube. That means you have to expand this up to what do you call, up to power 3. Therefore, you just work out over here. Nothing to worry, you start with the question. Though it's a variable power p, don't worry, you just do it. This is p c0 1 to the power p minus 2x to the power 0. We are starting the ascending power of x. P c1 1 to the power p minus 1 minus 2x to the power 1. Then p c2 1 to the power p minus 2 minus 2x to the power 2. We need to up to where? Up to x to the power 3. P C3 1 to the power p minus 3 minus 2x to the power 3. Right, okay. Then don't get panic. We need to find the coefficient of x squared. Therefore, I need to operate this one. Right. After finding these figures, you can find it. Then just if I ask you before you do this, that is from after finding p, you can find any of these facts. Now tell me what is the value for PC0 usually. Usually we know that any term C0 is always 1. So if I just get example, if you get 10C0 is 1. 100C0 is 1. 81C0 also 1. So nothing to worry with that. What is the value for PC1? That is 1. For example, 10C1 is 10. Sorry, it's P. 52C1 is 52. 125C1 is 121. So that's what you understand. So anyway, you cannot use that one over here because it's not a standard value, right? Then we need to use the expressions what we have learned for NCR. So if I start with the notation NCR formula is factorial n divided by factorial r, n minus r factorial. That's a fact where we were learning in the last session for PC2, because that is why always you cannot use a calculator to get this, because this kind of a variable power, coefficients come, so you cannot operate this. So how do you supposed to do this? Sorry. Then in this case, this is PC2. PC2. So that is factorial p is just a number like n, factorial 2, p minus 2 factorial. Then factorial p, you can say p into p minus 1 into, now you start with p minus 2, which is similar to this factorial 2. You can write like this. We already done one similar question when you are learning with the factorial notation. So this is 2 into 1 times of this one, you can say p minus 2 factorial. Then you can cancel this p minus 2 with this p minus 2, right? Okay. Then you get the final answer over here as this p. If you operate this, you can say this is p times of p minus 1 divided by 2. Just keep it as it is. Then that is the coefficient, right? That is this part of it. Then PC2 is this 1 into 2. So I just work out the rest of the sum over here. That coefficient is p into p minus 1 over 2 times of here 1 to the power p minus 2. 1 to the power anything is always 1. So nothing to worry. 1 to the power 10, 1 to the power 100, 1 to the power minus 5, 1 to the power 0, whatever the term is 1. Right. Into minus 2 squared is how much? 4 x squared. So if you operate this, this is 4 and 2 get cancels. 2 times of p minus 1. They have given us the coefficient is 40. That's how they have given. Then you can say 2p squared minus 2p minus 40 is equals to 0. Bring this 40 to the other side and form a quadratic equation. With that, you can get the answer for p. I just use a calculator, but anyway, you have to put it in the formula and you can show it. Minus 2 and minus 40. One second. Have we made any mistake? 2p squared minus 2p minus 40. I think I made a mistake. 2 minus 2 and minus 40. Yeah, 5 and minus 4. Then here p is equals to 5 and p is equals to minus 4. Then over here the one option is put there. They have given p is greater than 0. There with that you can say this is not an option. You can say since p is greater than 0, you can say p is equals to 5, right? Now from this expression we already know all of these terms. We can get this answer. So we can say this is phi z0 is 1 times, I'm just doing the part 2, into 1 into minus 2 to the power 0 is 1. This is p is 5. Now you know the value for p is 5. Phi c1 is how much? It's turned up to 5. This is 5. 1 to the power anything is 1 minus 2 into minus 2x. Phi c2. What is the answer for phi c2? 5c2. That is 10. 10 times of 1 times of 4x squared. Phi c3. It's 10. That one also 10. Times of 1 times of minus 8x cubed. Right. Okay. Then we can work out over here. Right. So it's turn up to 1 minus 10x plus 40x squared minus 80x cubed. Okay, so that is the expression. Then they want to find out the coefficient of x and x cube. Coefficient of x is minus 10 and coefficient of x cube become minus 80. That is how you need to do this kind of a question, right? Okay, so you can do all of these questions similar to this particular. Yes. Yes. Then if you come up to question number this, question number 9, it's kind of a different question. Not a different question, actually the same thing, but yeah, over here. So if you come up to question number 8, let's come up to question number 8. That is that one also kind of good question. So yeah, others questions are almost similar. That is why I'm not doing it. So you can just try with them, and if you feel like hard, just put me a, then I'll let you know how to find these answers, right? In the first three terms of the ascending power of x is binomial expansion, 1 plus p x to power 11, where p is a constant. So initially it can given as 1 plus px to the power 11. The first three terms of ascending power of x. 11z0. First three terms, yeah. 11c1 and 11c2. Ascending power of x, therefore the power of other terms should be descended, starting from the highest. Then px to the power 0, px to the power 1, px to the power 2. Right? Okay. Then this is 1. 11c0 is 1, 1, 1. it's 11, 1 into px. 11c2. 11c2. That is 55 there. This is 55 into 1 into p squared x squared. So over here it's turned up to 1 plus 11px plus 55 p squared x squared, right? Okay. Then they have given another question. So this is the first expansions, A, B. They mention in B, just let's go to the question number B, part B, the first three terms of the, sorry, yeah, the first three terms of the same expansion are 177x and qx squared. Find the value for p and x. 177x and qx squared. So this is 177x plus qx squared. So in this case, they want to find out what is p, what is and what is q. It's pretty simple. So you can say this term is this and this term is this. So simply you can write this answer. 11p is equals to 77. Therefore, p is equals to 7. This is pretty simple. Then 55 p squared is equals to q squared. Then 55 into 7 squared is equals to q squared. Yeah. Then we need to find the value for q. Q is equals to 55 into 7 squared, the square root of it. That's the value for q. Yes. 1 second. No, so this is not q squared. They have given qx. Q squared. It's not q squared, just q. Therefore, no need of getting the q square root of it. I just made a mistake. So simply you can get this answer. 55 into 49. Or 2695. 2695 would be the answer for that. Those are the answers for that, right? Okay. Then if you come up with a question number 9, it's a quite different, not different, actually the same context, but they want to find some kind of things. They need to find the first three terms of 1 plus px to the power 15, the same concept. Px to the power 15, that is the ascending power of x, the same concept we do. 5c0, sorry, 15c0, 15c1 and 15c2. This is you have to ascend the power of x, so therefore other power should be descended starting from the maximum. That's a concept you can understand. Start like this, then this should be ascended. Px to the power starting from 0, increase 1 by 1. Okay, so 15c0 is 1 into 1 into 1. 15c1 is 15 into 1 into px plus 15c0, 15c2, yes. 15c2, 105. 105 into 1 into p squared x squared. Right, okay. So if you do this expansion, this is 1 plus 15p plus 105 p squared x squared. That's a way of getting this answer. Right, this is part A. Part B, what they used to say is, given that expansion of 1 plus px to the power 15, if I just go to the question and show you. Yeah. Given that in expansion of 1 plus px to the power 15, the coefficient of x is minus q and x squared is 5q. Find the value for p and q. Coefficient of x is minus q. They have given this is minus q and this value is 5, sorry. That value is 5q, sorry, yeah, it's 5q. Right. Then you can say 15p is equals to minus q. And the other one is 105 p squared is equals to 5q. Then I'll just get this one as first equation and the second equation, right? Then I'll divide the second equation by the first equation. Then what do you get? 105 p squared over 15p is equals to 5q over minus q. Right? Okay. So 105 divided by 15 is yeah, 7p. This is turned up to 7p is equals to minus 5. Therefore, p become minus 5 over 7. Then we need to find the value for q. Then you can say from first equation, you can say q equals to minus 15p. That is minus 15p. P is minus 5 over 7. That is 75 over 7. It's the value for q. That's a way of getting this answer. Okay, so hopefully you can get this answer right. Then let's come up with the, I think we did one similar question to this, how to use binomial expansion for approximation. Using binomial expansion for approximations. We already did as part of this session. So let's go ahead with the one question and try to understand this. So they might give you, so if you come up with exercise 5e, 4e, 4e, this example only, you just check with the example, will come up with the size question. The first four terms of a binomial expand to the power of 1 minus x over 10 to the power 6. By substituting appropriate figure for x, find the approximated value for 0.99 to the power x. First four terms of 1 minus x over 10 to the power 6. 1 minus x over 10 to the power 6. We need to find the first four terms. Yes, right. Let's see. Then you can say this is 6c0, 6c1, 6c2, and 6c3. Okay. Then you can say ascending power of x. Therefore, other power should be descended. 1 to the power 5, 1 to the power 4, 1 to the power 3. Right. Okay. Then when you write it, don't forget about this negative mark. Always write with the sign 0 to the power 1, 2, 3. Right, okay. Then 60 is 1, 1, 1. 61 is 6, 1 into minus x over 10. 62, that is 6c2, that is 15. 15 into 1 into x squared over 100. So here when you square this negative mark gets squared and get cancel it off. 63, 20. 20 into 1 into minus x cube over 1000. If you cube this answer, so if you feel like doubtful, you just multiply and see. 1 minus 6 over 100, you can say minus 3 over 5 x. 15 over 100, 15 over 100 is turn up to, if you simplify this, turn up to 3 over 20 plus x squared minus 20 over 1000. So it's turned up to minus 1 over 50 x cube. It goes to till infinity, but only you need to write up to only this extent. Then the fact is just like this. Okay, that's the answer for that, right? Okay. Then in part B, part A is this expansion. Part B, what they refer is use this expansion to find the answer for 0.99 to the power 6. You can just, we got the question, you can say By substitute suitable appropriate value for x, find the approximation value for 0.99 to the power 6. So you can see both the terms are same. Therefore, you can write, since the powers are same, you can write 1 minus x over 10 is equals to 0.99. Then you can say x over 10 is equals to 0.01. Therefore, x become 0.1. Then what you need to do is substitute 0.1 to this one to get the final answer. Then you can write, is the way of writing it. Okay? So you can say 0.99 to the power 6 is approximately equals. It's not exactly equal because I didn't write the exact expression for it. 1 minus 3 over 5 times of 0.1 plus 3 over 20. What I'm doing here is I'm just substituting 0.1 into this x over here to get the approximated answer. Minus 1 over 50, 0.1 to the power 3. Like that it goes on with it. Right. Okay. So with this answer, you can say 1 minus 3 over 5, 0.1 plus 3 over 20, 0.1 squared minus 0.1 cube over 50. Then you get the answer 0.949148. Then if you go ahead to the exact answer for this, 0.99 to the power 6, if you just work out, the exact answer is this bit. I just write it a different color. The exact answer is 0.9414801,494. Only this part is missing. This is quite small error. So if you want to find the error percentage, sometimes they might ask you the error percentage. Error percentage is you can identify the error. Error is actual value minus the value what you gain over here. Actual value is 0.94148.0194 minus the approximated answer 0.94148 divided by the actual answer 0.94148 0.194. Then you can convert into the percentage by multiplying by 100. And this is the answer minus 0.94148. Into 100. So you get the answer pretty simple. Yeah, it's quite small error. And you get, if you want to find the error percentage, it's 0.00000158%. It's pretty simple. It's pretty small error over here with it. Right. Like that, you can get the answer for any kind of questions in this exercise. Now, your homework is you have to finish all the questions in exercise 4 and come up with all the doubts in Monday session. When you come up to Monday, you have to come up with the doubts where you come across in this exercise. Then don't just ask in the Monday session. Before that, so you just note down what are the hard questions you come across hard and put me in WhatsApp. Then exercise, suppose that if you don't know exercise 4E, the first question, so you just write, you don't know 4E first question. Just like you just put me WhatsApp, then I will sort out those questions and I will be discussing those questions with you, right? That's a way of